Randy Wells. You know what? I always liked Mike Stonebreaker from the very start. The kid was cool, man. One stuck up, and he was good. I don't think he was better than that bull car. I think eventually that, you know, given the ability to actually fucking earn your position the way you should do it, him and Nick could have maybe started a tandem on the inside. That would have been real good, man. Anyhow, yeah, I always liked that kid, even to the point where, because me being cool with Mike Stonebreaker caused a teeny bit of fucking friction. I'm like, homeboy, check it out. Okay, I think you're cool. You're my homeboy. Okay, you're my best friend, right? But, you know what? It's not like that kid's a dick, and it's not our fault. You know, I mean, that's when I'm fucking playing and shit. And, you know, I mean, as much as dickhead would allow me, I mean, you know what? And so, and I also thought, you know what? The acorn don't really fall far from the tree if the daddy chooses wisely, right? I thought, you know, your dad played in the NFL. I can see that, man. And then Mike Stonebreaker, I heard through the grapevine, you know, like in Pulp Fiction, homie, where she was like, who said that? And John Cole's like, the Carroll brothers said that when you came to fucking Hawaii, that you ran across them, and they brought out Dan Quinn, and that you said that I was basically a punk, and that I wasn't shit. And I'll tell you what, it's true. Psychology. Psychology says this. If you like somebody, right, and then you fucking find out that you were wrong, you fucking hate them and shit, right? I mean, it's like, big time, capital, bing, 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 you know, exclamation mark. You know, nothing illegal, Scott Smith, but you have me fooled, bitch. And that's why I opened up the keys to the house on hands, son, and gave you that 9 seconds. You didn't earn that. I fucking gave that to you, bitch. And then in the ensuing year, you fell in love with me in my hands. Tell you what does hold fast mean, son? You know what? Check it out. Maybe, like, you know, when you're in fucking injury position. Like, I was kind of with my helmet to that tailback's head when I caught him. And, I mean, Scotty, really, in a movie, where would you be? In Dan Quinn's shoes and shit, right? How fucking, you know, in the mud, deputy dog. And that's where your DNA should have been spit, you know what I'm saying? On the sheets, son. But you know what? My sons liked your boy, okay? And you know what? Down the road, when genetics fucking tell the tale, and you know, my oldest is already 6'1", and like a legend, homie, and he doesn't play sports. I guess he can beat up pretty much everybody on the football team his age and shit, but they don't want to because he's cool and shit, and everybody likes him, man. See, I drove him away from sports, man, with my words, you know? I tried to save him before, I mean, I'll tell you what, because if anybody talks to my kids, like John Cannon talked to me in high school, I'll tell you what, they're going to be in trouble, legally. Yeah, with money, I can make people fucking whatever, okay, by showing the truth of people, okay, pulling their covers. Oh, fuck yeah, you know what, the truth in film, oh my god, Lou Holtz, if somebody were to actually find Dan Quinn, I could fly and talk to my Stonebreaker and say, you know what, dog, my bad for believing something else. But Billy O'Sullivan told me that in the parking lot, he basically said that I didn't know how good I was, man. See, I'd always been told I was a worthless piece of shit, and so I think I worked really hard. Did anybody talk about that? My work ethic, man? How hard I work? You know, I worked my ass off. That wasn't natural. I would have been chubby, right? You know, talk about how savagely fucking strong I was. Strongest by far on the lat, leaning back, more than Chuck Lansing. And he was fucking doing like 400 something, 50 pounds and shit in a bench. But my lats, strong as fuck. And, you know what? Well, I can gallop with the best of them and shit. You know, I mean, isn't it true, Mike Stonebreaker? Isn't it true that, if I had been on the kickoff team, I might have beaten everybody down the field, man. I mean, I was fast, right? I could run. And you know what, Marcus Allen? What is the 40-yard dash, right? What it was with you was a lever that the rich use to keep from paying you what you're worth and shit, right? Only runs a 4.67, yeah, but you know what, that you see what he did at USC and shit, okay? He 4.67, when he gets like that fucking adrenaline rush, right? Adrenaline spike. He's batshit crazy, man. You know what? We should enter him in the fucking damn near 100-yard dash Olympics and shit when it's game time. But you know what? We can fucking, you know, beat him fucking out of money. And you know what? That's how they do it. Who gives a fuck? Wow. All the fucking things I know about the NFL, it really makes it so that if the Raiders aren't fucking playing, I don't give a shit. And then even when they are, I'm wondering, fuck, you know, I mean, how many of these guys, what, suck dick, you know, metaphorically, to get a job, you know, at some level. I mean, you know what, I bet you, not the really, like, big badness shit, you know what I'm saying? But like this, that dude is a god where he comes from, you know what I'm saying? People were kissing his ass all the way through. So, how did he turn out? You know, is he cool? How would I have turned out, man? Put it like this, Darren. No shit, when I was in high school and called San Diego High School and pulled the film, right? Steve Taylor took a snap, faked the pass, and bolted. And bam, I fucking met him. I think it was a great fucking call, okay? I think it was a blitz, okay? And I think it was a, you know what? You blitz and you pick whatever fucking side of the hole, right? And so I chose right and I met him. And you know what, man? Against Burton Day, closing speed, homie. This ain't no shit. I'm middle linebacker and, was it middle linebacker outside the fucking whatever it was. But a back took a fucking pass in the flat, right? And I met him when he fucking turned up. I met him and decapitated his shit, okay? Put him out of the game, homie. Fucking helmet to the side, fucking walking to our side. I was fucking people up, dog. I would have been savage in the NFL. And you know what? Seriously, I gave that shit up because you know what? I had been humiliated to the point I wasn't worth defending. I mean, that was more like this. If I go to the NFL at that point, I don't even like bikers. You know what I'm saying? At that point. So, you know what? If I don't like bikers, then really I don't have my kids because they're part of my history leading up to, you know, meeting my ex. Wow. Put it like this. Weed and stevia in combination together give me Dan Quinn. You know me, but you don't know me, okay? I've been on the sides of millions of car windows, okay, as the bad boy, because, you know what, back in the day, I was really pissed, right, really insecure. Last night, over at Jennifer's, before I gave her a friendly smooch, you know, no tongue goodnight, and she said that she got my fight, right, just had to give her a ride, and that in and of itself, that should tell you a lot, because I'll tell you what, usually it's fuck you, whatever, you know, everybody splits and nobody's friend, and she's fine as fuck, but, what was I saying? Yeah, Dan Quinn, basically, is cool as fuck. what? Everybody that's cool likes Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn had to fucking resort to brass tactics to get people to listen to Stevia and what it does, and it's slowly happening. There is firm resistance from both haters, okay? Who are like, fuck this. You know what? Our lives are so fucking miserable that we're going to try to keep anybody down. And it's like this. If I hadn't chosen boxing, if I hadn't chosen, put it like this, if I hadn't fucking chosen to go to Pat Burns in Miami, okay, and then exercise my constitutional rights to free speech, as I'm telling these cops, look, basically, it's not my fault that I'm looking like this, and you know, I mean, it's genetics, man. You know what? They don't fall far from the tree and shit. You know what? And really, you know, since I'm thinking, fuck Miami, fuck Florida, Pat, I'm getting the fuck out. I let my mouth fly. And I told them, you know, seriously, man. I said, because they were clowning me that I wasn't a boxer, because that mishap, you know, there was a dude that was white, and he was telling the cops to fuck off, and I'm like, wow, you know what? What are the chances that I'm going to get blamed for that shit? To get fucked up by Miami PD homeboy, to the point where I couldn't run for 6 months, Pat. That's a slam dunk. I mean, don't you kind of scratch your head like why I never came back with a lawsuit and an attorney? You know what? Because I was told to get a job and pay for it, right? After the first $1 million opportunity had slipped by, see, still at that point, man, I was seeking sports, right? I was seeking my the definition for who I am as a man. I was seeking it like so many do through sports. Mine, combat. You know what? That was as good as it got, man. I love baseball. I mean, Steve Budlund. Is your dad still alive? Major League umpire. Did he tell you what he said to me? That if I don't get hurt, I'm easily in the major leagues. I mean, what was I throwing, like, in the low 80s? And I'm fucking, like, 13 years old and shit. And then, you know what? Didn't warm up, and I strained a fucking, whatever. And, caveman fucking heel tactics. If they would have put a 10 unit on me back then, I had a gun, and but I would have chosen football instead, because you know what? If there's a problem, altercation, whatever, it don't matter. You know, pick a fucking target, the ball, hate them with your entire fucking heart, man. I mean, you know, enemy, I mean, not anything bad, and fucking try to annihilate and put them out of the game, man. That was it on every fucking play, man. I mean, every time that I fucking made a tackle, I was laying fucking wood, bitches. You know what? John Lynch, seriously, dude, you're good, man. They can make a game, dog, with how good I was. Look at the film. You know what? I distinctly remember Timmy Brown getting dropped in the backfield by Dan Quinn when he couldn't fucking juke me. And I'm like, am I supposed to like really try on this shit? Because you guys are trying this shit, and I'm thinking, you know, this is gonna disrupt the fucking continuity of, you know, the offense and shit. Just like we did, you bitch, motherfucker, Lou Holtz, pull the fucking film, all right? Foz Fazio, God rest his soul, had just patted me on the ass in a non-game way and said, you know what, go out there and wreck them. It's not me that's holding you back. And Marty, did we or did we not basically take control of the first team offense? Oh yeah, homeboy. I'll tell you what, it was about as good as it's gonna fucking ever get. And you know what, to be continued, Steve Stevia, because you want 15 minutes, man. You know what? Don't we all? And I've had mine. Yours is coming, and in a good way. And you know what? Pay it forward, Stevia, and stay tuned to the end.